NFL Week 17 anytime touchdown props. This week we have 3 plus money plays, a plus 280 long shot play, and our biggest pay dirt parlay of the season at plus 1238. I'm Steve Seagrave from sportsmemo.com. I do have a special offer to share with you towards the end of this video, but for now you know what to do. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the WagerTalk channel if you haven't already, and post those touchdown predictions for this week in the comment section. If you don't have a pick, type in the letters TD, and that'll help us out a little bit with the algorithm. So last week we cashed 2 of our 3 official plays, and we cashed our long shot play on Xavier Worthy at plus 265. Bucky Irving, Anthony Richardson get the job done. Cooper Kupp, the only guy that stopped us from busting out the brooms. But we'll take that. That's a nice profit on any given week. But this week we're looking to bust out the brooms with some plus money plays. Starting with Cortland Sutton, plus 155. Surprising price for me over at FanDuel. He scored in every other one of his games during the last 6 weeks. He didn't score last week. So if he sticks to that trend, he will be scoring this week. His volume is through the roof. 5 plus receptions, 9 plus targets in 7 of his last 8 games. Now he faces the Cincinnati Bengals. Brutal defense, allowing the 3rd most pass touchdowns with 27 and the 5th most points overall. We got some big play potential as the Bengals are a bottom 5 team in terms of plays for 20 plus yards allowed on the season. We got a close game here, potentially spread of 3.5. Second highest total on the board at 50. The only bigger one I think is the Lions Niners at like 50.5. So this seems like a great spot for the Broncos and Sutton to get the job done. Number 2, we're going to go to a guy we haven't used yet this season, Tyjae Spears, plus 120 over at DK. This guy's been a touchdown machine quietly in the last 2 games. 2 touchdowns in each of his last 2 games. He's just been more involved recently than Tony Pollard. Last week he actually had 2 more carries than him, and much more involved in the passing game with 3 grabs for 39 yards. Pollard had very minimal work in the passing game. Now he faces the Jaguars. Another cupcake defense. 2nd most running back touchdowns allowed. 4th most points allowed. Got the potential for rain here. That would increase his workload in this game. So number 2, Tyjae Spears, plus 120. Number 3, another plus 155. Breece Hall over at FanDuel. Seems to be fully recovered from his knee injury. Big workload last week. 14 touches for 90 all-purpose yards, despite losing 19-9 against the Rams. Now he faces the Bills. Allowed 20 plus points in 6 of their last 7 games. The only game they failed to was in the snow against San Francisco. And during those 7 games, they ranked 26th in EPA. Buffalo also tied for the 2nd most receiving touchdowns allowed to opposing running backs. Another game with the potential for rain, and I see that really upping Hall's workload, making him number 3 on the list at plus 155. So pay dirt parlay, Sutton, Spears, and Hall and Associates for plus 1238 over at FanDuel. It's our biggest pay dirt parlay yet this season. Before we do the long shot, I just want to let you guys know we're running the Fill Your Cart promo. We run this towards the end of every year. Right now you can get 25% off anything at Sports Memo or WagerTalk using the promo code HOLIDAY25. The word holiday, the numbers 25. Get yourself a 7-day pass, a 30-day pass, a full year pass, whatever you would like. It's a great time to check one of us out. Grab a 30-day pass. It's all access if you did that. And you have all sports, including 5% plays. I am in action this weekend in the NFL. 5% NFL player prop pack. And if you're watching this before Saturday, I do have a 4% college football play that I'll be posting. I am in action basically every night in the NBA, and I'm still holding the top spot this season over at Sports Memo. Also, NHL plays being released now that the NHL is back in action. So I would check out that promo and use that code HOLIDAY25. Fill your cart. Anything at the site is 25% off with that code. So for our long shot play, we're going to go Amir Abdullah at plus 280 over at DK. He scored now in his last 2 games and 4 of his last 6 games. And he's basically had an even workload with Madison in these last 2 games. Last week he had 105 receiving yards. I'm sorry, that's 105 receiving yards over the last 2 weeks. And then last week he actually averaged 5.4 yards per carry. Now he faces a Saints team that's allowed the most running back touchdowns in the entire NFL on the ground. This is a great spot for Abdullah to quietly score another touchdown for us and cash a plus 280 ticket. That's our long shot play. And our official plays, like I said, Sutton, Spears, and Hall. That's the pay dirt parlay at plus 1238. As always, my plays, my link to my Sports Memo page is linked in the pinned comment. I always have free plays over at Sports Memo, as well as at X at Steve's Book 22. And if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Good luck and enjoy the weekend.